Hey guys, what's happening? Jason Layne from RadioBDC with Mr. Jesse D, a Boston guy with terrific hair.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Where do you get? What inspires your hairdo?
I don't know if there's inspiration. I think my inspiration would be not wanting to mess with it very much.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. Just like kind of letting it fly
it's very
and having that
inspiring
cool,
to me. Yes,
and amazing look. Obviously, I'm jealous. So, so let's get down to it. You're a Boston guy with like a Detroit soul, if you will. That's kind of how I. Am I accurate there?
Well, you're entitled to however you want to interpret it, and I'll take whatever you got.
Absolutely. So you went to Mass College of Art and Design. How did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that get you going? Like, is that where you started? Did you go there for music or?
No, I went there for visual art.
Okay.
And I was kind of performing and playing music there.
Yep.
While I was studying art, and I gradually overtook the visual art aspect of my life. Right. And here we are at Life is Good, talking about music.
Absolutely. So where did you find your band members, et cetera? Like, how did you get your band going? Were they Boston guys?
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. I bailed a couple of them out. Posted some bond for a couple of them, and a couple of them were hitchhiking on the side of the road. And, it all came together. But they've all been playing in the wonderful Boston music scene, and I am a better musician for playing with them, and I'm lucky to have them up there.
Absolutely. So what are you influenced by? Obviously, when you were a kid, did you listen to a lot of like soul type of stuff?
Yeah, I first got into the oldies radio station here in Boston.
ODS.
WODS.
Absolutely.
Which is,
rest in peace.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
we won't go into that. But that was when I was about 8, and that really kind of started it for me. Influenced by all kinds of different music, but
absolutely.
But yeah, I like. I'm definitely into older R&B soul music.
Yeah, absolutely. At my first listen, I thought of like a Van Morrison, like a swirling horns, great backbeat. It says that you played with icons like the Reverend Al Green.
Yeah,
and
the
cool. great Etta James. What was that like? That had to have been a trip.
Yeah, it is a trip, and it's still kind of cool and weird to even kind of verbally say that and talk about it, but it's those are obviously people that I revere as artists and musicians that I really admire, and so anytime you have the opportunity to
absolutely
play in that context, it's
did you ever get to pick their brains and like kind of?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Al Green kind of gave me one of those, and that's good enough for me.
That would bring a tear to my eye, just to
sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's better if you don't really meet your idols. You kind of keep them on that pedestal.
Yeah, you don't want to know any of the dark history.
Yeah.
Or any of the fodder for their songs. I mean, there's some kind of sketchy things that go on that make some of their great songs. So, speaking of your music, like your songwriting and your lyrics, what inspires you? How do you come? Do you write your songs first and then make the music?
I don't have a set way of writing them, but all different things inspire it. Personal experiences of people around me, or just kind of observing events. I'd like to think that there's they're writing. I write some hopeful songs, and there's
hopefully Life is Good. I mean,
I think I have some material that certainly ties into the vibe here at Life is Good. So.
Yeah. Life is Good is an amazing day. What got you on board with those guys?
The Life is Good folks are just really amazing. What they do.
Absolutely, the brothers came by. They're phenomenal people.
Yeah.
So I'm sure
they've been nice to kind of feature some of my stuff on their Life is Good radio, and I think we've just kind of, it's a small town, we've kind of been on each other's radar, and they were really cool to have us here this year, and we're grateful to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're grateful to have you. It says going back to your band, it says that some of your bandmates have played with guys like the Temptations and Wilson Pickett. I mean, are those guys that you have in the studio, or are they your stage band?
Yeah, they're in the studio, and these are guys. Scott Aruda, who is just world class trumpet player.
Absolutely.
Paul Alstron. These guys have played with you name them. They play with them, and it's such a joy to share the stage with them. And they'll be here today. So
that's great. Yeah. Alligator Records, obviously, you know, there's some amazing blues guys on there, like Albert Collins, Otis Rush, Elvin Bishop. That's got to be quite an honor to be on a roster with those guys.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's certainly feel fortunate to be working with the label and have them helping me out, because I certainly need it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so, you know, your next performance after, you're obviously on stage, on the main stage here at Life is Good at 1:45, but your next Boston gig is at the Brighton Music Hall November 29th. So
November
if you wanna
29th,
check you out.
it's a Friday after Thanksgiving, and it's always a privilege to play in front of familiar faces in a hometown crowd. So
Absolutely. Well, thanks for stopping by. We got Jesse D once again, 1:45, playing the main stage here at Life is Good, and again, amazing hair. I just can't get over it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Jason Layne signing off for RadioBDC and Boston.com. Jesse, thank you very
Jason.
much.
Pleasure.
All right.